You can see I'm going to have an early lunch. It actually is just about lunchtime. I wanted to show you something about sandwich construction. To show you sandwich design taken to the max as far as minimizing material, minimizing weight, yet maximizing strength. This is a piece of packing or dunnage. This right here, you can see it's honeycomb. It's just paper, you can crush it. I put this on the edge of the table and I put a 10-pound weight on it. It doesn't bend. It's very stiff, very light. Okay, this is the type of stuff you would build an airplane out of, except not paper. They actually do this with aluminum, like the shell of a satellite or something like that. Maybe a thicker skin, but inside it's just like aluminum foil. You touch it, you can bend it, and it's this hex cell core. And you can buy these cores also made out of aramid, like aramid fiber, like Kevlar, and you can bond them with skins, and you can use different resin systems and so on. The real trick is to apply a minimum amount of glue in the right spot, put it together. Often they do something where they do these pre-impregnated with sort of an epoxy that doesn't activate until you have heat, and they put it and squish it. They put it in an autoclave or an oven and let it sort of cook. This core doesn't really have to do much except resist shear, which is the amount of slip you have between the faces. Because these faces, when you try and bend it this way, this one's under compression, this one's under tension. Another thing, you don't have to understand why, but the thicker the core, it has definitely an effect on the stiffness, how stiff it is. There are a lot of factors that go into designing a sandwich, and depends on the materials. And wow, I have a sandwich here, some rye. You pinch it here and bend it. Now, if you notice, this one's getting shorter. This one's is longer. It's the same length actually, but this one, it looks shorter. Well, what it is as you stretch it, the outside one's going around a bigger circle. It's a bigger diameter circle, so it has a bigger circumference. These are free, they aren't stretched, they aren't influencing one another, just sliding relative to one another. What if you used a glue and you glued your two sandwich pieces together with something in between? What if we throw some cheese in it? I'm going to have to get another piece of bread. What if we put some cheese in it and heat it up and bond it? So here, this is slightly imperfect, but there we are. We'll apply the core material, which in this case doesn't have much thickness. We're really just gluing laminating the two pieces together. We're just going to attach the fibers of this one to the fibers of that, so they pull together. And so, sandwich goes in the microwave. Let's try 33 seconds. Okay. Oh, it's nice and gooey. We're going to let that cheesy core cool and solidify. Our microwaved cheese sandwich, cheese on rye, is cooled. It's solidified the cheese. It's acting more as a glue than a core. If it was a core, it would be thicker and the bread would be spaced out farther, and that makes a sandwich more effective. There's some physics and math in that. But I just wanted to show you that when we try and bend it, when it's glued together, you don't see that effect of this one being pulled back, or this one staying back and this one forward. Before it was sort of like this when it wasn't bonded. Now it's staying together like that. And so by restraining it with the glue, this one is forced to stretch. Oops, you see it stretching and it's pulling apart actually. This one is forced to compress. This one's forced to stretch. So if you put a very strong skin on the outside, let's say it is plywood, or let's say it's fiberglass, or maybe it's wood, plywood, and then fiberglass. This would be stretching, and it could be very resistant to bending. And the one on the bottom, whatever it is, it's going to compress, and if it's good at compressing, it's going to compress, and it's going to make this sandwich stiff so you can't bend it. So for what it's worth, there's my lunch as an example why you might want to make a sandwich.